Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Asim. I'm working as DevOps engineer. Guys, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can deploy a stateless container on Cloud Run GCP. So I've already deployed a container with the CLI. So if you haven't watched my previous videos, please go and watch that. The reason for also I need to tell you that for Docker in Docker is that we are going to use Docker commands and we are going to tag push all the stuff from our um, inside from our Docker container. So if you haven't watched my previous videos where I've shown you all the stuff, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply pull one image. I'm going to pull Docker image from my repository, and as you know that I have a public repository on Docker Hub. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull a Docker image from my public repository. So what I've done here, I've already pulled the blue image. Now I'm going to pull the green image from my repository, and let me pull Docker pull, and QuickBooks. 2018. This is the public Docker repo. So I'm going to pull this image from my repository. So guys, I need to tell you that I am inside my Docker container. So the advantage of mounting the sockets is that you should be able to run the command inside your Docker container, just like CLI you use. I've made videos just with regard to the Jenkins CLI, with the GitHub Actions, GitLab CLI, and the Bitbucket CLI. So what they do, they run a tiny container, and in that particular container, they also run the Docker. So let me show you that as well, what I'm saying. So I'm outside my container. If I do ls, so this is the Windows. I'm going to show you the Docker command, Docker ps-a. So I have a running container. So I'm going to do Docker in exec into this particular container. So I've already logged in into my GCP. This is the GCP SDK. So in my previous videos, how I told you how to use the GCP official image and pull that and use the latest version. And so what I'm doing here, I'm going to do Docker exec into that particular container, and I'm going to use the bash here. So guys, let me check the, sorry, this is the interactive I put by mistake. Oh, so let me put it. Just let me put O here, sorry, I here, interactive shell. Okay, let me also grab the ID. I guess I put the wrong ID. So let's try now. So you guys, I am inside my Docker container. If I do Docker ps-a, you will see, okay. So Docker ps-command not found, and the command is wrong from my side. So it is actually Docker ps-a. So cool. So Docker is available inside my Docker container. So what I'm going to do, as I told you that I pulled the image. Let me show you the images. If I do Docker images, I pulled the green image. So what I'm going to do is to simply tag this image. So I'm going to call this Docker tag, and I'm going to tag this image, and the tagging should be according to the GCR, which is the Google Container Registry. So if you follow these steps, what I'm going to do is to simply tag this, and I'm going to copy this, and the tag should be like that, gcr.io your project ID, and let me just navigate here, and the tagging should be in a way that let me show you this one. So this is your project ID. After gcr.io, your project ID will come here, and I'm going to tag whatever tag I want to give to my image, and I'm going to give a tag of green. So instead of blue, I'm going to tag it green. So let me just call this green. So And if I just remove this playground, I mean, the reason for removing is that I'm going to give my project ID. And if I navigate to, okay, I'm going to open in another tab and I'm going to, okay, I'm going to navigate to my account and I'm going to see my project ID. Okay, these are the running images. In my past video, I've shown you how I run these images from the CLI and one image from the console. So what I'm going to do is to simply copy this my project ID. Oops. Uh, there is some issue with my actually mouse. So what I'm going to do is to simply copy this and I'm going to paste it here, and now tag is there. Now I'm going to simply push this to the GCP repository. So simply I'm going to copy this and I'm going to push this particular tag to my GCR repository. So it is preparing, it is going to push that particular image. So it is very tiny image. So in this image, we are just simply pulling our image from Docker Hub. If that particular image, your application is here living on your laptop, that would be fine. So no issue with that. Now we are going to do, if I navigate to, um, okay, if I navigate to Google Cloud Platform, and if I navigate to GCR, let me navigate to GCR, which is the Google Container uh, Registry. Okay, so click here. So you see, I've pushed in past I pushed this image uh, blue, and this is the latest one green. I have just pushed it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now deploy this image through the CLI. So you have to simply copy paste this command and the image is going to be deployed. So what I'm going to do is to simply copy these commands. Just let me show you the command. So I'm going to copy this command. Okay, in fact, I'm going to copy this part. Okay, I'm going to paste it here, and then I'm going to copy this pack till end. I wanna deploy it to US Central 1. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it here. And what I'm going to do is to simply update this project ID. So you just have to make sure that you should update your project ID. It is very important because if you don't update, it is going to spit out an error. So okay, what I'm gonna do is to simply go back to my Google account, copy this ID again, and I'm going to paste it. So the container port I'm using is port 80. Allow unauthenticated, which means it is going to be publicly available, and it is now deploying it. Hopefully, if everything goes well, we will be able to see our image. Sorry, the blue name I forget it to just update one. So let's see what happens. So I have to update this name as well. So now we will see blue with the green. So if I simply navigate to my Google Cloud Platform in the compute section, you will see in the Cloud Run. So we will see two blue and okay, this blue might be overwritten. I have to check that as well. So in fact, we have a single blue here. So this name should be overwritten. So if I refresh it, let's see what happens. Okay, so if I navigate to the blue section, because it gave me an URL, and the URL is going to be okay with regard to the blue image. So okay, in fact, the image name I haven't changed as well. So that's fine. So this is the mistake I have done. So I'm going to update this to green. And actually, previously, a previous image was redeployed, and I'm going to also call this green. So now what it is gonna do that it is gonna pull the green image. So now it spit out an error and says not found. So what I'm going to do is to simply navigate to the GCR section, and let me, okay, in fact, from the search, type GCR, which is the Google Container Registry, and search, you will see that particular image URI, click Container Registry, and from Container Registry, what I'm going to do, um, I'm gonna I'm gonna pull this URI. Okay, so this is the latest. Let me check the name as well. So I gave this name green latest. So okay, so I have to update. So the name was by mistaken I've tagged it to green latest. So simply do this and let's see what we got. So the image name was green latest. Instead of giving the name green, what I've done that I have tagged it to green latest. Let's check the image as well in our local machine. So if I do Docker images, you will see this is green latest. So by mistake, I gave this name instead of giving green. I gave this name. So this error is resolved. This issue is resolved. Hopefully, we'll be able to see one image in our sorry if you navigate to the compute section, navigate to the cloud run, you will see green is going to be green latest is going to be available. So okay, yeah, this is the one we are looking. Sorry, I have to copy the URI. Instead, I put the copy the green name. Let me just copy that particular URI. We should be looking. So this is the one we have deployed successfully through our CLI. Guys, we are done with our demo. So if you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe my channel, and please share as much as you can. In the next video, I will show you that GCP does not support the WebSockets, and I'm going to show you the demo with regard to that. Thank you. Have a nice day.